I stepped into the lobby of the dilapidated hotel, its atmosphere thick with a sense of foreboding. The receptionist, a gaunt figure with sunken eyes, handed me a rusty key with the number 13 engraved upon it. Little did I know that this room held a terrifying secret. As I ascended the creaking stairs, each step resonated with an eerie groan. The hallway was dimly lit, casting long shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. I reached for the door, hesitating for a moment, feeling a chill run down my spine. As I entered room 13, a wave of unease washed over me. The air felt heavy, laden with an inexplicable darkness. The walls were adorned with faded wallpaper, peeling away to reveal glimpses of an underlying horror. I could almost hear whispers in the wind, as if the room itself was trying to warn me. Nightfall came, and with it, the true nature of room 13 began to reveal itself. I lay in bed, unable to sleep, my senses heightened. Shadows danced on the walls, morphing into grotesque shapes. A cold breeze swept through the room, causing goosebumps to rise on my flesh. Suddenly, a low, guttural growl echoed from within the depths of the room. The sound sent shivers down my spine, freezing me in place. I strained my eyes, desperately searching for the source of the sound, but found nothing. Fear consumed me, leaving me paralyzed with terror. In room 13, the paranormal activity escalated with each passing night. I awoke to find the room in disarray, furniture overturned and shattered glass scattered across the floor. It was as if an unseen force had wreaked havoc while I slept, its malevolence palpable. The walls now bore sinister writings, etched in an otherworldly language. I could feel the words seep into my consciousness, implanting a deep sense of dread. They whispered of ancient curses and restless spirits, warning me of the horrors that awaited me in this accursed room. Sleep became an elusive luxury, for nightmares plagued my every waking moment. Demonic apparitions materialized before my eyes, their ethereal forms writhing in agony. They reached out with spectral hands, their touch icy cold, as if draining the warmth from my very soul. As I tried to escape the clutches of room 13, I found the door locked, its rusty key refusing to turn. Panic set in as I realized that the room had become a prison, a place where nightmares held sway. The hotel staff seemed oblivious to my plight, their eyes vacant, as if under a spell. Days turned into weeks, and room 13 became my personal hell. Sanity waned as I battled the relentless horrors that plagued me. Shadows whispered malevolently, their taunting voices echoing through the corridors of my mind. I discovered a hidden compartment within the room, a secret passage leading to a forgotten basement. With trepidation, I descended into the bowels of the hotel, hoping to find an escape from the nightmarish grip of room 13. The air grew stale, suffocating me with its oppressive weight. In the dim light, I stumbled upon an ancient journal, its pages filled with the tragic tales of those who had stayed in room 13 before me. Each entry chronicled their descent into madness, their souls forever trapped within the hotel's cursed walls. I realized I was but another victim of its insidious power. Determined to break free, I delved deeper into the basement, desperate for answers. The walls dripped with a viscous substance, which I dared not touch. Strange symbols adorned the floor, emanating an aura of pure evil. I recoiled, but knew that my only hope lay in deciphering their meaning. As I pieced together the cryptic symbols, a surge of energy coursed through my veins. The room trembled, as if protesting my defiance. With a final incantation, the walls began to crumble, revealing a blinding light beyond. I stepped through the threshold, leaving behind the horrors of room 13. The hotel vanished into thin air, leaving no trace of its existence. But the scars on my soul remained, a constant reminder of the terrors I had endured. Room 13, the hotel's haunting had consumed me, but I emerged a survivor, forever changed by the dark secrets it held. As the twilight enveloped the desolate highway, I embarked on a journey that would forever haunt my soul. The eerie silence was shattered by the screeching tires of my car, the engine coughing as it struggled to keep up with the demands of the night. Little did I know that this solitary road was the gateway to an unspeakable terror. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the inky darkness, standing at the roadside with an uncanny stillness. My heart skipped a beat as I cautiously pulled over, my curiosity mingling with apprehension. The hitchhiker's appearance was chilling, clad in tattered garments that seemed to have been ravaged by time itself. Their eyes, devoid of life, pierced through my very being. A morose smile stretched across the hitchhiker's face as they entered my car. The air turned heavy with an unexplainable malevolence. My trembling hands grasped the steering wheel, a foreboding sense of doom clouding my mind. We embarked on a journey that would alter the course of my existence forever. As the miles rolled on, an unnerving silence hung in the air, suffocating me with its weight. Shadows danced and flickered outside the window, whispering untold secrets. The hitchhiker's gaze remained fixed ahead, their unnaturally pale complexion seeming to glow in the moonlight. I mustered the courage to break the silence, my voice trembling as I asked about their destination. They turned to me, their eyes now aflame with an otherworldly intensity. In a voice that resonated with a haunting echo, they uttered words that chilled me to the bone. This highway, once a path of dreams and aspirations, has been cursed by the vengeful spirits of those forsaken by the road. Now, I seek retribution for the injustices inflicted upon me. My heart raced, a cold sweat trickling down my brow. The road seemed to stretch on indefinitely, the landscape transforming into a sinister tableau of forgotten nightmares. I had unwittingly become a pawn in a deadly game of revenge, and escape seemed impossible. As we ventured deeper into the night, the hitchhiker's story unfolded like a macabre tapestry of tragedy and horror. They revealed the tale of a broken soul, mercilessly abandoned on this very highway, left to suffer an eternity of torment. The highway itself had become a conduit for their revenge, a gateway to the depths of hell. Malevolent apparitions materialized on the roadside, their grotesque forms searing themselves into my memory. Their piercing wails echoed through the night, a symphony of suffering that reverberated within my very core. I could feel the darkness clawing at my sanity, threatening to consume me. Desperation surged within me as I sought a way to sever the unholy bond that tied me to this tormented hitchhiker. I navigated the treacherous path, racing against time and fate itself. But the highway seemed to have a will of its own, a malefic force determined to keep us trapped in its eternal grasp. As dawn approached, the hitchhiker's mission reached its culmination. Their revenge was exacted upon those who had forsaken them, leaving behind a trail of devastation. With a final, chilling smile, they vanished into the mist, leaving me alone on the haunted highway. Haunted by the horrors I had witnessed, I sped away from that cursed road, forever scarred by the hitchhiker's revenge. The memories of that fateful encounter will forever haunt me, a reminder that sometimes, the price of venturing into the unknown is far greater than one can fathom. I find myself recounting this tale with trepidation, for the events that unfolded shook the very foundation of my existence. It began on a moonlit night, when the celestial canvas was painted with ethereal hues, and a forbidding chill permeated the air. Venturing into the ancient woods, I stumbled upon an arcane clearing, its secrets veiled by a shroud of darkness. There, beneath the gnarled branches, I chanced upon an enigmatic figure, clad in a tenebrous cloak. His eyes glimmered with a malevolent flame, and his voice, laden with wicked allure, beckoned me forward. Intrigued by this sinister presence, my curiosity overcame the fluttering unease within my chest. I approached cautiously, my heart pounding with both anticipation and trepidation. It was then he revealed his name, spoken in a forgotten tongue, a name that resonated with the darkness itself, Zephyrus. With each whispered word, Zephyrus wove a tale of ancient power and untold wealth. He unveiled a forbidden covenant, a pact with the unholy forces that dwell beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. To possess such might was a temptation too potent to resist, for I, in my hubris, sought to defy the limitations of my mundane existence. The fateful night arrived, cloaking the world in a somber veil. Within a desolate chamber, illuminated by a single flickering candle, I stood before Zephyrus. My heart fluttered like a caged bird, caught between fear and an insatiable craving for forbidden knowledge. In the depths of my soul, I uttered the incantation, each syllable brimming with raw power. The air grew heavy, infused with an acrid scent, as Zephyrus stood before me, transfigured into a grotesque manifestation of darkness and malice. The walls of the chamber quivered, bearing witness to the sinister pact forged that night. A sinister chill coursed through my veins, as I felt the tendrils of infernal energy entwine my essence. The infernal covenant was sealed, the price of my transgression etched upon my very soul. The world around me contorted, twisting into grotesque shapes, as my newfound abilities, granted by the devil himself, coursed through my veins. From that moment on, my life took a twisted path, drenched in an unrelenting darkness. My newfound powers allowed me to bend reality to my will, yet each manipulation came at an unbearable cost. Shadows clung to my being, whispering secrets of despair, and the very fabric of my humanity unraveled with every nefarious act. The world recoiled in terror at my presence, sensing the unholy pact that bound me. Friends and loved ones turned away, their gazes filled with a mixture of dread and loathing. But I pressed forward, consumed by an insatiable hunger for power, heedless of the ruin I left in my wake. Haunted by the tormented souls I had consigned to eternal damnation, I wandered through desolate landscapes, seeking solace that eluded me. The once vibrant colors of life had dimmed, replaced by a monochromatic palette of despair. The price of my transgression weighed heavily upon me, a perpetual reminder of the unholy pact I had sealed. In the depths of my despair, a glimmer of hope flickered, a beacon amid the encroaching darkness. A weary traveler crossed my path, a sage whose eyes held the wisdom of ages. With compassion in his voice, he spoke of a path to redemption, a chance to sever the unholy bond that shackled my soul. Guided by the sage's counsel, I embarked upon a perilous journey, confronting the malevolent forces that had ensnared me. Each trial tested my resolve, demanding sacrifices both physical and spiritual. Yet, through sheer determination, I pushed forward, fueled by the sliver of hope that redemption lay within my grasp. As the final confrontation loomed, I stood before the manifestation of evil itself, the entity that had brokered my unholy pact. With my heart heavy with regret and repentance, I mustered the remnants of my shattered soul and renounced the dark powers that had consumed me. In that defining moment, as I rejected the devil's grip, a blinding light pierced through the darkness, shattering the unholy covenant. Released from the clutches of malevolence, I found myself reborn, transformed by the lessons learned on my harrowing journey. Though the scars of my past lingered, I vowed to use my newfound wisdom to protect others from the seductive allure of the unholy pact. And so, dear reader, I implore you to heed this cautionary tale. Beware the whispers of darkness and the promises of power, for the path they lead upon is paved with eternal damnation. Let my tale serve as a chilling reminder of the consequences that befall those who dare to dance with the devil, for redemption's flickering hope is ever within our grasp. Within the depths of the witching hour, a mystifying summons materialized before me, nestled upon my threshold. The vellum exuded an otherworldly essence, bearing the emblem of a bygone era. Its cryptic contents, inscribed in an esoteric tongue, hinted at an ancient midnight ritual that promised untold marvels. My curiosity was ignited, an irresistible compulsion to unravel the enigmatic script consuming my thoughts. With quivering hands, I meticulously deciphered the secrets concealed within the invitation. The ritual, it seemed, would transpire within the desolate manor at the outskirts of the township, a place steeped in dread-infused lore. As midnight loomed, a shroud of darkness descended upon the dilapidated manor. The moon's ethereal glow caressed the overgrown path leading to its foreboding threshold. With each measured step, the air grew frigid, and an unsettling stillness enveloped the surroundings. Within, the manor's labyrinthine corridors twisted and snaked like serpents of nightmares. Whispers reverberated through the walls, as if the very shadows had acquired a voice. It was then that a raspy breath grazed my ear, sending a tremor coursing through my being. The ritual was on the precipice of its commencement. In the heart of the manor's grand ballroom, a ring of sputtering candles cast eerie flickers. When the clock's chime resonated the witching hour, the room pulsated with a haunting melody, and ethereal apparitions manifested around me. They danced with a macabre grace, their spectral forms swaying in perfect synchronization. Yet, as their movements grew increasingly frenetic, a suffocating dread infiltrated my essence. The atmosphere thickened, and I sensed the encroachment of maleficent spirits. Panic gripped my soul as I unraveled the true nature of this midnight ritual, a portal to the realm of the damned. Ensnared within the clutches of terror, I frantically sought escape from the encroaching obscurity. The spirit's eyes glowed with an incandescent malevolence, their ethereal appendages stretching toward me, yearning to claim my essence. Adrenaline surged through my veins as I raced through the manor's labyrinthine corridors, each twist propelling me further into the abyss. Fortuitously, I stumbled upon a forgotten chamber, wherein a solitary candle stood defiant against the encroaching shadows. With trembling hands, I grasped the flickering flame, invoking an ancient incantation, yearning to shatter the veil of darkness that ensnared me. The candle's luminosity intensified, rending through the Stygian veil. Within its radiance, a figure emerged from the inky abyss, a spectral entity, its eyes ablaze with an unsettling sagacity. It extended an offer, a chance to sever the shackles of the ritual, but at a dire cost. Desperation clouded my judgment, and with trepidation, I accepted the Faustian bargain. The entity divulged its instructions, revealing a path to redemption through a forbidden portal. Unbeknownst to me, I was barreling headlong into a treacherous snare, far more nefarious than any conceivable nightmare. Beyond the forbidden portal, I traversed into a realm devoid of reason and logic. The fabric of reality contorted and twisted, assailing my senses with unrestrained torment. Within this maelstrom of madness, my mind unraveled, the threads of sanity slipping through my trembling grasp. Hideous monstrosities lurked amidst the encroaching shadows, their grotesque visages writhing with unholy hunger. Their derisive laughter echoed through the abyss, propelling me further into the labyrinthine depths of insanity. With each faltering step, I questioned the plausibility of escape, wondering if the nightmare's clutches would ever release me. Time lost its meaning within this realm of perpetual gloom. Days merged with nights, and my sanity teetered upon a precipice. The malevolent spirits, the very embodiment of the ritual, feasted upon my fear and despair, delighting in their sadistic games. Yet, even amidst unimaginable horrors, a flicker of defiance ignited within me. With newfound fortitude, I vowed to extricate myself from this ceaseless phantasmagoria. Rallying the remnants of my shattered will, I confronted the personification of the ritual, prepared to confront the ultimate terror. And so, the final chapter of this midnight ritual unfurls, a battle betwixt luminescence and obscurity, where the destiny of my soul hangs precariously in the balance. The outcome remains uncertain, but I shall not capitulate to the seductive embrace of eternal fear.